Yo, ladies and gents, boys and girls, what is going on? Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. Wednesday, July the 21st, 2021. What's going on? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you so much, Nick Renfro, Ram Renovations, Sean O'Brien, Travie, Rob Youngson. What's going on? 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls as always. Again, appreciate you guys tuning in. We got a packed show here on Wednesday. We got a packed day today here on a Wednesday, guys. Sorry if I was a little bit late there. We went and just got a haircut, got taken care of this morning. So getting in the studio a little bit late. But yeah, anyways, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. 843-790-3377. We got a lot to get into here on a Wednesday, here on a hump day. Hope your day is going well so far. Chase Floyd, John Gibbs, what is up? Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Appreciate it. You see it. Harris for Heisman. Let's go. Put some respect on his name. All right, before we get to everything, guys, I do want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're both young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. And they both worked at larger law firms where they've represented hundreds of clients at a time. And they both left to start their own law firm, guys, because they understand you're not just a line item. You're not just a number. You're a human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys, they're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. You've been involved in any type of accident, the last thing you need to worry about is paperwork and dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Give them a call today, guys, in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Again, guys, appreciate you tuning in at 843-790-3377. Guys, if you are in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to TDC Questions. Head over to the TDC Questions channel. Leave your questions there to make sure your question gets answered. First things first, maybe the most important order of business today. Now, listen, I know I'm taking us back to the Yardcocks. I'm taking us back to baseball season, correct? But when we were in baseball season, I thought I'd do something to get the bats going a little bit, fire up our team a little bit, whatever it might have been. And thus the Omaha cut was born, right? And what the original goal of the Omaha cut actually was a mullet. But of course, the previous barber I was going to, which no knock on him at all, whatever, it was a learning experience for both of us. The previous barber I was going to, I don't think he really knew how to cut a true mullet in. So instead of calling it a mullet, I said, you know what? It's an Omaha cut. It's not a mullet, right? Well, I've been letting my hair grow out ever since. And I've been thinking to myself, what are we going to do for Shane Beamer, Beamer Ball, the first season, all that good stuff? And I heard your cries. Again, I saw your comments. I saw all of your comments on social media. Chris, that's not a real mullet. That's not a mullet. That's not a mullet. Over and over and over and over again. Saw all your comments. Well, folks, for Shane Beamer's first season, I'm happy to say we have fixed the issue, if you will, and the official Beamer Ball cut, at least for now, is here. As you can see, we got the cut. We are full Steve Tannehill, folks. We are full Steve Tannehill, business in the front. We are full party in the back. I mean, this is a legitimate mullet. This is an undeniable mullet. You can't deny it. The Beamer Ball cut is here, folks. The Beamer Ball cut is here. I don't know if I'm trying to do something funny or cool or just see how badly I can wreck my dating life, but here we are. So my guy chopped me up. Shout out to him. I'll be giving him a shout out on social media a little bit later. Also cleaned up the beard a little bit. We're feeling good right now in the stew. We are. We're feeling fresh. But it's here, man. The Beamer ball cut is officially here. So, like I said, heard your cries. You can say no more that my mullet's not a mullet because, folks, this is as mullet gets. I'm going to tell you that right now. Again, hey, 843-790-3377. Phil in the TDC Questions channel in the Big Cock Club Discord says, daily weather report for New Hampshire, 75 degrees and cloudy. 75 degrees and cloudy. I don't know. All I know is this. I have a strange urge now to listen to more Morgan Wallen than normal. I don't know if that's a side effect or what it is, but I like to think this is a mullet that Steve Taneyhill would be proud of. I really do. I really do. So, who knows? Phil says, Jesus Christ, Chris, the mullet cut, save some for the rest of us. Save some for the rest of us. I'll just say that. Phil, you know what? I was just like, you know what? Why not? I will say he maybe cut off a little more flow than I liked, but overall, I mean, this is a true mullet. This is true business in the front, party in the back. We're here. Beamer ball cut is here. We're in the cut. We're in the building, and we're feeling good about it. So, Nick Renfro says the hat is fire. Yeah, I appreciate it. My guy Soda City Thrifts hooked me up with this. Absolutely fire piece for sure. I appreciate him. Guys, quick reminder also, tonight, Tin Roof, 5 to 7. 5 to 7 at Tin Roof. Be sure to come out in the Vista off Senate Street. 2 special guests joining us right as we get going. My guy, Jeff O'Hara of Cox by 90. He'll join me right at 5 o'clock. We'll have him on for, say, 20 minutes or so. And then former Gamecocks quarterback Perry Orth will join me around 5:25 or so. We'll have him on for about 20 minutes. And then hour 2 will be all Q&A, me just like last week. So really excited, though. We've got our special guests from 5 to 6, you could say. And then we'll be rolling in the second hour, taking your questions, comments, calls, everything else in that second hour. Also, guys, we'll take your questions. We will take your questions during that first hour. If you have questions for our guests, questions for myself, we will take those as well. And like I said, guys, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to TDC Questions. Leave your questions there to make sure they are answered. But again, guys, we are live at Tin Roof, 5 to 7. Every single Wednesday. Last week was our first time ever out. Today, obviously, we're live every single Wednesday. The only Wednesday we will not be live, and I know that's confirmed, is the Wednesday I'll be heading to Missouri to see my brother who graduates from basic training that Wednesday, which I think is the first week of August. So not next week, but the following week. We will not be at Tin Roof because, like I said, we'll be in Missouri at Family Day and all that good stuff. But again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Josh Reichley, is Taneyhill still coaching Chesterfield? I don't think so. I think Taneyhill is more concerned about running the bar. I think he's doing that full time now. So pretty sure he's doing that full time. My guy Pops tweeting at me. You got to keep on keeping on. Yeah, again, I tell Pops, I'll tell everybody this. I never thought, and I said this before when I first got it done, never in my life thought I'd be a mullet guy. I'm even like right now, I'm kind of like, wow, it looks interesting for sure, but we're just rolling with it, dude. It's almost kind of one of those things, too. I'm doing it because I can, because it's like I don't have to show up to an office and explain it to anyone. So it's like, you know what? I can do it. So why not do it? You know, why not? But I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. No question. Like I said, in case you guys missed it, we are truly, I think this is a mullet Steve Taneyhill would be proud of. I mean, we're legitimately business in the front, party in the back right now. So hope the folks at Tin Roof enjoy as well. Hope they enjoy as well. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. You might have seen this morning. Actually, hey, guys, ran into Mike Yuva this morning out at the old barber shop. Me and Mike Yuva going to the same barber shop. Ran into Mike Yuva, had his Emmy with him. Congratulations, Mike. Finally got the Emmy in the mail. Great to see him out and about, and just never know who you're going to run into in Columbia, man. Just never know. Also ran into Jay Urich this morning. He's doing well. Great to see Jay doing great work in the community and with the youth of South Carolina, and it's great to see him as well, man. So, like I said, you just never know when you're out and about. Columbia's got a lot. When you're out and about in Cola, you just never know who you are going to run into. So, Heath Hagler says we got to get Luke Doty to get a mullet. I just want Luke to have the flow. Just have the flow. That's it. Just have the flow. Let's see. Tanner Land. Yeah, definitely come up, man. One weekday. I know it's on a Wednesday. It's a weekday, but certainly as we get closer and closer to the season, as we get in season especially, it's going to be a really, really good time. That's why I was so glad, guys, and I told you guys I'm glad we started this now during summer so we can build this thing up and build up the momentum. And as we get, we get to that first week of kickoff, I mean, it's going to be a no-brainer of how we're doing things and what we're doing and all that. So definitely, guys, if you ever want to, you're more than welcome. Be sure to come out to Tin Roof. Come out to Tin Roof 5 to 7 each and every single Wednesday. If you cannot come out, though, definitely tune in. We'll be streaming it just like last week, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We are streaming all across those platforms for those who cannot be there in person. So you guys are able to leave questions, call in, all that good stuff. Really, really exciting, really, really good stuff. Be sure to do so. Again, 843-790-3377. Guys, let me make sure. Yeah, the phone lines should be open here. The phone lines should be open indeed. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to repost these graphics for Tin Roof. Let's see. Somebody commented. Dusty Roach says, we call that the Mississippi Beaver Tail. God. Oh, my God. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Also, by the way, guys, in case you missed this in the graphic or whatever, each and every single Wednesday at Tin Roof now, they're running a wing special, $10 wing special, and $4 drafts. So, I mean, another great reason to come out. Cold beer, great wings, talking Gamecocks. What more could you ask for? So. All right. Again, taking questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Guys, in case you missed it, Kevin Harris named to the Doak Walker Award preseason watch list. Also, was able to chat last night with a couple of different interviews. Former Gamecocks running back Corey Boyd joined me, as well as I can't speak today, as well as chatted with my guy Brett Ciancia of Pick Six Previews, who does a preseason magazine and does a phenomenal job. I think the Corey Boyd interview we will have dropped tomorrow. Probably Brett Ciancia's conversation will drop on Monday. But I did list Brett's preseason All-SEC picks. He's got 2 Gamecocks. JJ Enigbare on the first team preseason All-SEC team, and then Kevin Harris listed as second team, which I know just makes us all very, very happy. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now. Because SEC Media Days is going on right now, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, Kevin Harris is not going to be the first team running back. He's not. So just and it's okay. It's whatever. We don't need the respect. It's totally fine. But he's not going to be the first team running back. So if you're like waiting on pins and needles, like wondering what the media, the AP is going to say, he's not going to be the first team running back. And like I said, the only All-SEC team that matters, guys, is the postseason one. Like, the preseason is all for us to have banter and discussion and all that content, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme, does it? It really doesn't. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I mean, so. Yeah, we are rolling today, folks. We are rolling today. Lots of content, lot going on. Obviously out at Tin Roof later today. We're recording tomorrow's show before we head out to Tin Roof Couches. By the way, if you have not submitted your questions for that, please do so. We are beginning our breakdowns of the Gamecocks football team actually in depth. Tomorrow's show, I will talk offense. Monday's show, talk defense. And Thursday's show, we will talk special teams. After that, we will do position unit previews for every single position unit on the Gamecocks football team. Quarterback, wide receiver, O-line, running back, D-line, linebackers, secondary, all of it. And I will give an analysis, and guess what? I'll give my grades too. So, hey, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. You guys are going to know exactly how I feel about each of the position units. Everybody's loving my content. Oh, it's so positive. It's so great. And this will be really high-quality content, but, hey, I can tell you this, not every position unit's going to get an A, and I don't think that should surprise anyone, right? So, just bear with it, and we'll go from there. But it's going to be a really good time, man. It's going to be a really good time. Like I said, going to be really awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Excited to talk offense on tomorrow's show. Really break down everything with the Gamecocks offensively and give my projections for those guys this upcoming season. All right, let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Yo, Phil, what's going on, man? How are you?
Not too bad, Chris. How about you, man?
I'm doing well. Just trying to adjust to life with a mullet. So it's been an interesting morning.
Congratulations on your Kentucky waterfall that you got going there.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Yeah. Us follically challenged people are very envious of your mullet for sure, I'm sure. But yeah, who is your favorite Gamecock media personality other than yourself, obviously? Who do you kind of look to as somebody that like gets everything right, does everything the right way, that sort of thing?
I mean, I think Mike Uva does a great job. Mike Uva, Mike Gillespie. I know they're both TV guys, and I guess it's kind of interesting. They're not really like Gamecock media. They're again, they're TV guys, so they're supposed to be kind of in the middle, I guess. Which I think they do a good job. I mean, Mike goes on, Mike Uva goes on like Clemson talk shows, and I mean he talks Clemson, but of course being in Columbia, I mean, right, you're going to favor more talking South Carolina.
Right.
I mean, dude, honestly, it's tough to pick one. I mean, I think everybody does a really good job, and everybody has the great thing about it, man, is everybody has a something in regards to value. I think the people provide value in different ways. So not everybody has the same lane, which I think makes it really, really fun and really cool. And you see a lot of different opinions and perspectives and people, a lot of different vantage points. So I it's hard to pinpoint one, man. I mean, obviously, I'm good buddies with Mike Uva and Gillespie, and there are many others. Like I said, I met Wes Mitchell over the weekend, and I think those guys, obviously the recruiting service sites, Gamecock Central, the Big Spur. I mean, I think they do a great job, and yeah, I mean, I think what's really cool, man, about South Carolina and the fan base and the passion behind it. I know there's people on social media that scoff and make jokes about, oh yeah, there's another Gamecocks podcast, another this. But dude, I think you'd be hard pressed to find another school with a fan base that has as many talented creators, just pure create, whether they do it full time or not. Because there's a lot of guys on Instagram that make graphics and stuff that I don't think they're like full time. I mean, look at Noah with us, Canadian Cock Talk. I mean, he's obviously he's a senior in high school, so he's going to be a student at USC next year. But
super talented.
Yeah, there's just so many talented creators. And I think you're seeing a lot from the young kids too, man, with like the kids that like grew up on Photoshop and they grew up on video editing and like, you know what I mean? Like it's they obviously have a little bit of an upper hand because they grew up with it, but there are just so many, whether they do it full time or they're freelance or half and half or whatever they do. Yeah, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a fan base with more like talented creators who put value out there than South Carolina. It's incredible. It's crazy, man. It's awesome. So yeah, tons of them.
For sure. Yeah, man. Just wanted to give you a recap of Jacks Rangers real quick.
Yeah.
So the season's over for the Free Jacks. The Free Jacks had a big party yesterday. They were on top of a building in Boston, downtown Boston, cooking and just drinking beers. They were all dressed up in like outrageous outfits. And I think they're still partying right now. As a matter of fact, I got a message from one of the current players confusing me with another current player, thinking that I was him.
Really?
So they must be partying really hard. Oh yeah. So tonight we've all the fans have been invited to downtown Boston to a pub there where the team's going to be. So a lot of the guys are, overseas, international, so they're going to be flying home soon. So this is just a nice way to, put a bow on the season with a meeting with them. But yeah, man, it's been great. 13 episodes in at this point. The most recent one just dropped yesterday. We had an interview with the outgoing coach, Ryan Martin, who's leaving us. He did a fantastic job. He accepted a job with the Melbourne Rebels in Australia at Super Rugby, which is, some people view it as the best competition in the world with like club rugby teams.
Mm-hmm.
So he's elevated himself with the Free Jacks and got a job with a bigger club overseas.
Right.
And he's on track to be an international coach or possibly a head coach in Super Rugby eventually. He's going to be an assistant coach right now. But such a cool guy. If you guys want to check out the interview, go to Jacks Rangers on YouTube. There's a visual and audio version of the podcast, obviously, episode 13, Talking Season. So we're in Talking Season now with rugby for the next several months, trying to figure out, who's coming in, who's going out for the team. Yeah, it's very exciting.
I love it. Dude, I just loved seeing you in a kilt, honestly. I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, we had a Dougie Fife appreciation game for the last home game of the season. Dougie Fife is a Scottish international, one of the best players for the Free Jacks this year. So we wanted to get a bunch of people together to wear kilts and put some blue face paint on like Braveheart. And we had at least about 30 people do it at the game. So it was awesome. We really enjoyed it.
I love it, man. Hey, I'm happy for you with the success, man. And obviously I think a lot more coming your way. So anytime you need anything, just let me know.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah, appreciate it. Take care, Phil.
Bye.
Thanks, man. Bye. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's get back to your questions here really quickly. John Gibbs, can you believe Bama's quarterback has made almost $1 million through the NIL program? I'm going to tell you, Columbia has a lot to offer with this. So I hope USC takes advantage of it. Yeah, John, I can't believe it. I'll be totally honest with you. I can't believe it. I just, what I don't understand. See, I view it from the business side of things. And I guess, listen, if you just have the money to throw around, so be it, right? If you have the money to throw around, then so be it. Good for you. But why would you invest that much money in a kid that's never played? Like, what if he sucks? The odds are he won't, but what if he sucks? Like, from the business side, like, how is that a good investment? I just don't, I can't compute that, bro. I can't compute that. So, I can't compute it. And then you got Tex Ags giving these guys, and hey, I don't blame the players at all, man. Go get your money. Like, that's great. Go get your money. But you got like Tex Ags giving these dudes $10,000 for an interview. Like, bro. Again, players, go get your money. Congratulations. That's great for you. I'm happy for you. But, dude, if you think the Spurs Up Show is about to pay anybody $10,000 for an interview, you got the wrong guy, my guy. You got the wrong, and that's no disrespect to any of our players. Like I said, hey, if you can get the money, go get it. You can get it, go get it. I'm not telling you not to go get it, but I ain't giving it to you. So I don't know, man. I just think it's crazy. Like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of bad deals made on both sides early on in this thing. And I think just like anything else, I don't think it's going to ruin college football. I think the pendulum's going to swing back in the way of, like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to even itself back out. It's going to even itself back out. That's all I'll say. Brian Welch, as I went back and watched it, I think it was our 2012 game from Kentucky, and listened to the broadcasters on ESPN bash college football experts, because the experts were saying Connor Shaw was too one-dimensional to be a successful SEC QB. The broadcasters were saying Shaw didn't get enough credit as a passer. Now, if I think real hard, sounds a lot like somebody in the Carolina quarterback room right now. Watch Doty show out. Yeah, I mean, he's just unproven. He's just unproven. He's not getting the benefit of the doubt. You know, he's unproven. And how can you blame anybody, I guess, for doubting him? Because he's only played in 3 games. You know what I mean? So I feel good about him. I think he's got a ton of upside. Obviously, his athleticism. I think that the narrative that he can't throw the foot. I see people on Twitter still talking about till he does it against an SEC defense. Well, listen, I'm not sitting there saying like, is he going to be an elite SEC passer? That's yet to be determined. But what you don't like, there are people out there that literally just say he cannot make a 20-yard throw down the field. Like, yes, he can. Yes, he can. There's no question he can. And if you want to say that he can't be a great passer in the SEC based off the 3 games from last year when the freaking program was crumbling, I mean, then be my guest, I guess. But I don't know how you can take anything away from what you saw in those 3 games. I just don't. Tim Dorn, yeah, we had Phil Steele on about, last week? It was last week, I think, that interview dropped. So, yeah, Phil Steele, go check that out. That was a couple episodes ago, Tim. Lance Player, what's up, my guy? Lance said he likes the hat. Brian Dean says, Chris, Shane Beamer killed it at Media Days. We are very fortunate to have him as our head coach. I agree. I mean, listen, I said it yesterday on social media. I'll say it again. Shane Beamer is who I thought he was, and I say that in the best way possible. I think it's only a positive saying that because he's as genuine and as excited and as motivated and as fired up to be at Carolina as we all thought and hoped he would be. And, it oozes out of him naturally. He's not a guy that, there are people in life that come off as phony, fake, and synthetic, and they have to think about what they're going to say, and it's very, very pre-canned and bullshit. And there's others that are very genuine, and it just flows out of them naturally, right? It just flows. It oozes out of them naturally, and that's Shane Beamer to me. Like I said, I think we look at the previous coach. He saw this as a job. Shane Beamer sees this as a home. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. So, again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. If you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to TDC Questions to make sure your question gets answered. Leave it in the Big Cock Club Discord. Brian Dean says, I love the direction the team is headed. Culture's changing. Wouldn't surprise me to see us at 8-4, 9-3. Hail, Coach Beamer. Brian, I'd say just reel it in just a little bit. Reel it in on those preseason expectations just a touch. Reel it in just a touch. I'm excited too, but as Coach Beamer said, this was a 2-win team last year. There are real holes and real deficiencies on this football team. So, hey, I'm glad we got Shane Beamer for the job to help figure those out, but that's just a fact. It's just a fact. There are real issues and real deficiencies on this football team that have to be solved, and that's why Shane Beamer was hired. He made the point. You don't get hired in the SEC if everything's going well. It's probably because things aren't going very well. So, I'm excited to see what he can do in year 1, man. I think getting to a bowl game is a very realistic expectation, and I think it's something that they can certainly achieve in year 1. I think, no doubt, 6 wins. I think getting to 6-6, maybe 7-5. It'll all come down to those swing games. But, I talked about it yesterday, and I'm not trying to rain on your parade, Brian Dean. I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but starting to talk 8-4, 9-3, Brian. I mean, listen, I loved what Shane Beamer did Monday at SEC Media Days too. He absolutely crushed it. But you don't win games in July. You don't win games at SEC Media Days. You win games between the white lines when you line up and go head to head, and you go from there. And so again, I like what Shane Beamer said and what he said. I love this entire preseason Shane Beamer's had. I know we're all fired up for Carolina football, but there's still holes on our roster. There's still he even said that. Shane Beamer said that. I'd be very naive to not acknowledge that there are holes on our roster. So, that's got to get fixed. And again, that's why he got the job. And I'm excited to see it evolve and take shape. But I'd say just have a little patience. Have a little patience. If we go 5-7 this year, have patience. Shane Beamer doesn't suck, right? Shane Beamer doesn't suck. Just have patience, though. Got to have patience. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Chase Floyd, my beer ball hat came in today. Can't wait to rock it. Chase, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting, man. Seriously. Thomas Walker, I love how he wouldn't let the word that upstate school, I'm not even going to say it, that upstate school come out of his mouth at the podium. Yeah, I love that he just called him the in-state rival. J2469, my guy on Twitch. Shout out everyone tuned in on Twitch. He says, hope all is well. We're getting closer and closer to kickoff. Cannot wait. Same here, man. 45 days. Going to be here before you know it. At this point, I just can't wait till the start of fall camp. I'm so pumped for fall camp, and I can't even stand it. John Gibbs, when do you think USC will go and get a highly recruited top quarterback? I'm loyal to our guys now and can't help but think we don't go after these guys. But when's the last big-name quarterback Carolina's actually gone and got and really panned out? Garcia, maybe. I'm ready to see Carolina get a highly talented leader to lead our team and take off with this thing. Carolina's consistently lacked having a good QB. Well, do you know this, John? And Stockton would have been our first, but whatever. We've never signed a 5-star quarterback. I think that is certainly, like, when you look at Shane Beamer's tenure, I mean, there's a couple of things when you're like, you have a checklist of, hey, we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this. This will be a success. Signing a 5-star quarterback, I think, is of priority. I think it has to be of priority. Like, we need to sign a 5-star quarterback. Period, point blank. We need to sign a 5-star quarterback, right? So, I don't know. I mean, it's just, it all comes down to recruiting, and I think getting good players on campus, getting good receivers, and luring in a guy like that. But yeah, we've never signed one. We have never signed one. So, I mean, I still think Luke Doty could be that guy. Braden Davis. And I'm not saying you have to be a 5-star to be a great quarterback. I mean, we've had plenty of 4-stars play for us and play well. But it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get that undisputed guy on campus. I do agree with you. Because if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance, man. You have to have a quarterback. You have to have a quarterback. Ryan Hobby says, I read an article that was clearly a upstate school-based article, and man, those boys hate that we love our head coach. Our appreciation for Beamer has got them all twisted up. And I think they just hate to see us happy, I'm sure, which I hate to see them happy too. To hell with them. J2469 says, hope for the best, expect the worst, and you won't be let down. That is one attitude to have, no question. John Gibbs, Shaw, of course, but he was a 2-star, and that's once in a lifetime. Pan out, love Shaw. Shaw was actually a 3-star, by the way. It was Dylan Thompson who was a 2-star. Sean O'Brien, do you think Delp's decision comes down to South Carolina and Georgia, or do you think Michigan is a legit contender? I think it's South Carolina and Georgia. I from what I've heard from the people I've talked to, it's definitely South Carolina, Georgia. Brian Welch, if we can be solid up front like I think we can, I think our skill guys are athletic enough to fill in those gray areas we have to get us to a bowl game or better. Adding All-Americans like Prunty on D and Brown on O, just to name a few, is going to be more important than a lot of people think. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a great place to start when you have 4 or 5 offensive linemen returning, when you have that type of experience, and they obviously played really well for you in the run game. Then you add the athleticism of Luke Doty, which I think that's going to be the big difference maker. And again, we're going to talk about, hey, tomorrow's show going to be offense, Monday defense, Thursday special teams. I would say this, man. I still do. I think the defense is going to be better. How can it not be? I mean, 36 points per game last year, 452 yards per game. How can you not be better defensively, right? But I still don't look at this defense as a strength per se. I just, even with the addition of Prunty, like I don't know how you can all of a sudden, like after losing Horn, McQuamu, Dixon, Jammy, I don't know how you can look at the secondary and say, oh, it's a strength now. Like, of course, we know the defensive line's a strength. I think the linebackers are, man, Carolina linebackers, they've always just sort of been there. I mean, ever since, really, I guess Sky Moore was the last really good linebacker. We've had some good linebackers here and there, but I don't think I've ever seen a defense where I looked and I was like, man, like we're just stacked at linebacker. I mean, maybe when Jasper and Eric Norwood were here, and then Casper as well, but the linebackers are okay. I don't think we're great. I think we're okay. And then secondary is just a big question mark. I mean, again, I think Prunty's a day one starter. We'll see how R.J. Roderick and Jalen Dickerson do at the safeties, and but it's hard to look at the secondary. I mean, they'll be better, but how much better? You know what I mean? So, I think we're going to have to score points to win. I'll put it that way. I think we're going to have to score points to win. I'll say that. So, let's see. John Gibbs, if you can get the big quarterback and the others will follow, that is probably one of the top 2 to 3 best recruiting tools, at least for your offense. I want a big name top quarterback. Yeah, I mean, Braden Davis is one of the leaders of your class, for sure. He's one of the leaders of your class. Lindsey Hagler says the Lindsey twins. Yeah, good point. Didn't one of them play DN, though? I don't think they were both linebackers. So, Travis says, I would agree Sky was our last great line. We're just like, I wouldn't call us linebacker you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's I think that's fair. Like, I would not call us linebacker you. We're not a school that just constantly produces top linebackers. I mean, would y'all disagree? I mean, yeah, I would not call us linebacker you. So, let's see. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. A lot going on here on a Wednesday. Like I said, guys, quick reminder, if you're in the city or want to stop by, we'll be live at Tin Roof tonight, 5 to 7, $10 wing special and $4 drafts. Talking Gamecocks. We got hot wings. We got cold beer. Also, my good buddies Jeff O'Hara, Cox by 90, and former Gamecocks quarterback Perry Orth will both stop by. We'll have them both in the first hour. The second hour will be just a lot like this, taking your questions, comments, calls as well, talking Gamecocks in that second hour, 6 to 7. But 5 to 6, we'll have Cox by 90 and Perry Orth stopping by to chat it up a bit. So going to be a really good time. Going to be a really good time tonight. I'm excited to eat some wings. Honestly, I'm pumped for the wings. I'm very pumped for the wings. The food there, incredible. You already know the beer is really good, but the food, incredible. Incredible. Let's see. Brian Welch, Ernest Jones, another year would have gone down as one of the greats. I mean, he was definitely solid, a lunch pail player. You love the way he played the game, and he was the heart and soul of the Carolina defense. You know, it's unfortunate he was on a defense that was just atrocious, that was so freaking bad. But, you know, is what it is. Is what it is, folks. Is what it is. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Here we go. I finally found this. Okay, sorry. I was looking for the template for tomorrow's show. I finally found it. So tomorrow's show, guys, we're going to talk again. Tomorrow, offense. Monday, defense. Thursday, special teams. Break on the podcast I'm talking about. On the podcast. That is the schedule of the podcast for the next 3 shows. Tomorrow's show will be, we'll talk offense. We'll look back at last year. We'll talk key departures, key returners, top storylines for the unit, why they'll be better, why they'll be worse. Season will be successful if. Give a prediction for the unit. All that and much more, guys. Going to be a packed show on tomorrow's show. And, of course, a great interview dropping as well. So, really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff on tomorrow's podcast. Going to be doing that basically right after we get off of here. And, again, guys, I appreciate the love and support, man. Guys, also, in case you missed it, big update. Again, I heard you guys' comments during baseball season. Chris, that's not a real mullet. That's not a mullet. Well, guess what? This, my friends, this is a mullet. This is a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back. This is a mullet. This is a Beamer Ball cut. This is a Beamer Ball mullet. Confirmed, we are going undefeated. So, confirmed, we are going undefeated. That's it. So, in case you missed it, that latest update, I'm probably going to post it on social media just to fire the fine folks up, just to fire the fans up a little bit, right? Confirmed. Forget my 6-6. We're going 12-0. To hell with it. The Beamer Ball mullet is out and about. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Chase Floyd says, if you ever got Phil Petty or Dylan Thompson, they went to the same high school as me, and DT's an old high school friend of mine. I've had Phil Petty. Dylan Thompson, I haven't. Dylan Thompson's a guy, I think he's kind of, you know, I don't know. He's not really close to the program anymore, but I've DM'd Dylan. Never been able to get him on the line, which it's totally fine. I mean, some guys don't want to do it, believe it or not. Some guys don't really like to do the whole media thing or chatting or the interview thing. Like, it's fine. Like, whatever, to each their own. It is what it is. Yeah. So it's all good. It's all good. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. Sean O'Brien says, take a pic of the mullet and DM Beamer asking, quote, you want an interview with this, end quote. Hey, I'm going to see him next week at the Welcome Home Tour. So I'm going to be like, Coach, great time to do it, Coach. Great time to do it, Coach. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I was thinking, too? I was like, you know what? Maybe, guys, I will have plenty of time to make content because this mullet is probably going to destroy any ounce of dating life that I had before this. So don't worry. Going to be plenty of time to make content because with this haircut, I doubt I'll be able to get a date in the city. I'll be honest with you. So, oh, well. Hey, we do it for the content. We are committed to the content. We're probably never going to lose a game on NCAA ever again, though. By the way, guys, quick reminder on that front. The NCAA Dynasty streams, playing the season on Heisman, I should say. That will continue tomorrow night. We will take on Troy tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Friday, I switched it up. I was wanting to go live last night, had back-to-back interviews, guys, and just honestly was like, just couldn't swing it. So we'll play Friday afternoon. I know it's a weird time, 2:00 on Friday afternoon. We will play the Tennessee Volunteers. So if you're chilling, hanging out 2:00, and we'll be live noon to 1 on the Daily Crow, and take an hour to work and then come back on and cut it back on 2:00. We will play the Tennessee Volunteers on Friday afternoon. But of course, if you cannot watch it, watch the replay. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Twitch, all that good stuff. So, been a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun. So, well, yeah, Dusty Rhodes says, wait, is Miss Spurs up? No more. Kiss Cam curse. Hey, if you watched Behind the Beak when it was before it was for Big Cock Club members only, if you watched Behind the Beak, you'd have known that, Dusty Rhodes. That's been 2 months. It's been 2 months now. It's been a while. Let's see. Yeah. Nathan says the hair says stud. Yeah, it's either going to be it's going to be one way or the other. Either the dating life's going to go completely non-existent or it's going to become insane. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll let you guys know. We'll keep it updated. Now, there are some things we keep off the content. Let's just put it that way. There's some things we keep off the content. Again, 843-790-3377, guys. Travis says, just off the dome, our DBs, Joseph, Goodman, Brown, Gilmore, Catton, and Swearinger, just to name a few. He says, we are definitely more of a DBU. Indeed. No question. No question. We are most certainly more of a DBU. I don't think that's a stretch at all. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Robbie Davis texting and says, if we go undefeated ever, I will grow my hair out and grow a mullet myself. Hope you're doing well on this wonderful Wednesday. Go Gamecocks, your friend Robbie Davis. How excited are you for football season? I mean, Robbie, very excited if you can't tell. To me, dude, honestly, football season has started. Football, once you lock in predictions and projections, and then you have SEC media days, football season's here. I mean, we're talking football. You know what I mean? It's a lot different, though, in my world. When you make content and you're doing shows and you're doing podcasts and you're just making content as a whole. I mean, once you start doing preseason football stuff, the season has started. I mean, maybe not on the field, it hasn't, but football itself, to me, has started. Football has started. So, no, I mean, it's exciting, man. I'm very excited. I mean, it's September the 4th. It's going to be incredible. Walking to that stadium with Shane Beamer as the head coach and the first game under his leadership. And it's going to be incredible, man. It's just going to be flat out incredible. So can't wait. I know we're all the same. We can't wait. Again, I'm coming in this season knowing, though, we're not going to go 12-0. We're going to run into adversity. And I'm actually really excited to see how this team responds to adversity. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see how this team responds to adversity. And, that's going to tell us a lot about that. That's where you truly build culture, right? It's easy to build culture and be positive when everything's going great. You're getting commitments and you haven't lost a game. You haven't made a mistake. You haven't fumbled the football. You haven't thrown a pick. You haven't blown an assignment. It's really, really easy to have all that positive energy and positive momentum and jump on here and be all hunky-dory about everything. Everything's great. Life's great. How do we respond to adversity? Because we're going to lose a game, guys. We're going to lose a game. We're going to lose a game. We're going to lose more than one game. I'll tell you that right now. How do we respond to a rough road trip in Athens? How do we respond to a heartbreaking loss to Kentucky if it happens? How do we respond to, a heartbreaking loss in Knoxville if it happens? How do we respond to getting our teeth kicked in at College Station if it happens? How do we, that's what I want to see. That's where culture's built, and I want to see that positive energy continue as we build in the building process. You know what I mean? I'm not saying be a sunshine pumper and be positive, because you guys know I'm going to call it like I see it. I mean, if we get our freaking asses beat in at Georgia, the show's probably not going to be very fun on Monday. It's just not. It's the nature of the beast. But it's okay. It's year one of Beamer. Have patience. Let him build this thing. That's why I keep getting to 6 wins. Be a great first season. Fantastic first season. Be an incredible start. For the Shane Beamer era. Getting this team back to a bowl game, So Jeff Tarpley said it started. I was so pumped yesterday. I went and bought new Gamecock gear. Attaboy. Hey, go buy some from tsus.store. While you got to get. Hey, you want to get on that now, man, because we're only 45 days away. Get your Beamer Ball merch, Shane Storm, all aboard the Shane train, all that good stuff. You want to get that. You want to get on that. I'm telling you, make sure you get it. Don't wait 2 weeks before kickoff and then blame me if it don't get there in time. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead and get it out of the way now. Go ahead and get it out of the way now. Let's see. Michael says, Beamer will spend this year figuring out our team's capabilities on game day. If it's 4th and 6 on the goal line, he will have to learn to have confidence if they have the capability to go for it or kick a field goal. He may be wrong sometimes, but with better recruiting over time, he will get better and better. We all just need to be patient this year. I mean, you bring up a good point, Michael. I mean, your example is interesting, 4th and 6 on the goal line, whatever. I understand the point you're making. You know, Shane Beamer's never been a head coach. He's never been a coordinator. We're going to learn a lot about him this year and as he evolves as a coach in his years at South Carolina of what type of game day coach is he? Can he make those in-game adjustments? Because, hey, again, you know, as much as I was on the Fire Will Muschamp, as much as I was the conductor of that train, if you will, I mean, guys, Will Muschamp did everything right in regards to running a program. See, we look back now and say, oh, he was just terrible. He was an asshole. He was a miserable human being, whatever. But come on. Most of you, I would probably say most of you were still riding with Muschamp up until last year, probably the Texas A&M game. So Muschamp was a guy, though, that he did everything right off the field. Recruiting, graduation rate, he got the facilities up and going. Everything off the field was fine. It was game day and making adjustments and getting a team ready to play and getting out of his own way a lot of the times. So that's a huge part of the game. That's a huge piece to the puzzle. What type of game day coach will Shane be? Again, we can all hope and think he's going to be great, but none of us know. We have nothing to base it off of. We have nothing. He's never coached the game. So I don't know. I can't say for certain he'll be a great game day coach. I think he will. I think that he will. I hope that he will. But until we get those answers on the field, I don't know. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting for sure. Let's see. Tim Dorn, what did you think of Dildo running his trap yesterday? I'm assuming you mean Dabo. Dildo's a better name, though. I agree. I thought nothing of it, Tim. I'll be totally honest with you. I don't cover Clemson, and I don't really care what he has to say. And bro, there's a reason I don't talk about Clemson on our show. You know what I mean? There's a reason I don't talk about Clemson on my content. What's the point? I'm not a Clemson content creator. The wildest thing I saw, by the way, I don't know how I'm just now bringing this up. The wildest thing I saw was Monday. Normally, of course, this would not have come across my timeline, but someone tagged me. Someone tagged me in a tweet or whatever, just a reply to it. The Clemson Insider. This is a website now. Obviously, it's a Clemson website. The Clemson Insider, who, this is not some like small little fan page. They have 41,000 followers on Twitter. So again, this is not some small little fan page, right? They cover Clemson legit, full-time. They do the damn thing for Clemson. The Clemson Insider wrote an article about Shane Beamer at SEC Media Days. And it says, Beamer says something you probably wouldn't hear from other SEC coaches. And I scanned the article, and I don't know, like, again, there was nothing like, he obviously didn't even mention them by name. There was nothing he said in the article that I'm like, why on God's green earth? Like, a serious question. Why would a site that covers them write an article about Shane Beamer at SEC Media Days? Like, what? Like, that is something you will just never see me do. Because they're doing that purely for clicks, right? Purely for clicks. There's no question. They want their fans to see that and say, oh, did he say something about us? Click. That is an article written purely for clicks. And I'm like, I don't think fans of the Spurs Up show or Gamecock fans in general that see my content, what if I wrote an article? Can you imagine if I wrote an article that was like, Dabo said this at ACC Media Days, listen in. And you'd be like, why? I don't give a rat's ass what Dabo said. Like, I was mind blown by that. Totally mind blown. So Whatever, man. Is what it is. Sean O'Brien, I know this is irrelevant, but when Muschamp was fired and he made no formal announcement or thank you, do you think he thought he was done wrong, or was he just salty? Even Malzahn and Mason made formal announcements and thank you to the fans. You know what's funny, Sean? I never knew that was really, like, when you get fired, I didn't know it was a thing to write a thank you or thank the fans or whatever until Mason and Malzahn did that. Like, I never expected a thank you from Muschamp. Yeah, I'm sure Muschamp. I mean, Muschamp's a bit of an asshole. Let's call it for what it is. He's an asshole. Yeah, I'm sure he felt slighted. I'm sure he felt done wrong in some degree. I don't know though. I never expected a statement from him, and it didn't really bother me when he didn't put one out there. I mean, so I'm sure he felt like he was done wrong or done dirty, which is just complete bullshit. I mean, he certainly got more benefit of the doubt. I mean, trust me, I know how much benefit of the doubt he got, because there were people that wanted me exiled from the fan base for calling for his head, which again, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, we're so totally off that in this new era. But I mean, there were people that wanted me exiled from the fan base, bro. So, but I don't need a statement. It is what it is, man. Listen, we got a new head coach. We're happy. He got $13 million. We're all square, right? We're all square. We're all square. John Gibbs says, as much as Georgia is hated by me, meaning second most hated team, I pray they destroy Clem sucks in Charlotte. This will literally be the only time that I will say, go Dogs. Yeah, John, I hope they do, and I think Georgia's going to wax Clemson, bro. I think Georgia's going to beat the shit out of Clemson. I really do. Ron Wilson, love how you got under their skins with the whole Owen joke. Saw an entire article about it. Ron, hold on. You did. Where did you see this? I did not see that. Ron, please, on what website did you see that? I need to see that now. Was that on the Clemson? Like, what site was this on? What site was this on? That is hysterical. That was hysterical. Let's see. Travie, Johnny Slapdick. Any Clemson fan that comes in here, into this here chat, into the Daily Crow, I don't think Gamecock fans do that. Do Gamecock fans go to Clemson pages and troll and I don't feel like, I wouldn't know, but do that? I don't think they do. I don't know. Nathan says, I think Dak is ready at wide receiver. If we get two more to consistently step up, I think we are in business. Yeah, I mean, you just got to find a couple guys. Hey, they don't all have to be great. Not even the majority of them. We don't even need the majority of them to be great. We just need 3 or 4 of them to be worth a damn. Really? I mean, as bad as that sounds, we just need 3 or 4 receivers to just be consistent. Just be consistently average. You ain't even got to be above average. Just be a threat. Just be somewhat of a threat in the passing game. Because, again, I don't see us being a team that's going to throw it 40, 50 times a game. We're certainly not going to be that team. But at least we got to at least have the passing threat. We have to have a threat of a passing game. So, yeah, I think Dak is certainly one of those guys. I think you look at Jalen Brooks, Josh Vann. Of course, you guys know how I feel about Amari and Brown. I think he's going to be wide receiver 1. You look at E.J. Jenkins. You look at the tight end position with Nick Muse. You look at Jaheim Bell, what he can do for you, very versatile player. You look at Rico Powers, Jakari Caldwell, Omega Blake. I mean, tons of guys, tons of bodies. I mean, or Trey Smith, tons of bodies. Somebody's just got to step up. Somebody's got to step up. So, Luke RJ138 says on Twitch, which, by the way, Luke, thank you for tuning in from Twitch. He says, do you think Beamer will try to run up the score against Eastern Illinois? It'd be nice to beat them 70-0. That would be a good statement for Beamer in his first game. I mean, I think certainly he's going to try to score a lot of points. I think continuing to keep the positive momentum and just jack up the excitement as much as you can after week 1. Of course, I know it sounds like coach speak, but going out there, winning the football game, executing, that's priority number 1. If you do that, you should be able to score a lot of points. I mean, again, I had 41-7. I had the Gamecocks winning. Sit Dog 9, thank you for subscribing, by the way. I've got the Gamecocks winning 41-7. I mean, I went a little conservative with my prediction. I mean, guys, it's week 1 of a brand new scheme, brand new offense, brand new everything. The only known commodity on offense is Nick Muse, Kevin Harris, And that's pretty much it. Your offensive linemen that return. But your skill guys, those two are it. Everything else is like it's going to be their first time out, or it's going to be, wait and see. So, I mean, just to think that they're going to be, I don't care who the opponent is, to think that we're going to be, clicking on all cylinders in week 1 of Shane Beamer's first ever game. Hey, I hope we score 70, but realistically, I'm like, hey, we're probably, and I think we're going to run the ball a lot in week 1. I think so. We're going to lean on our strength, which is the running game. We're going to run the football a lot in week 1. So, yeah, I mean, I think that'll shorten the game too, which probably I don't think we hit 70 points, guys. I had some dude on Instagram getting all upset and pissed off, like, bro, we should score 80. I'm like, dude, if we score 7, I'll bet you $100 we don't score 70 or more points. There ain't no freaking way we're scoring 70 in Beamer's first game. Ain't no way. And I'd love to eat my words, but there's no way. You guys can clip this, whatever you want to do. There ain't no way we're scoring 70 in week 1. No way. Sean O'Brien, as long as Doty develops, along with having a couple of serviceable wide receivers, we'll be all right. The run game should be fire. I agree with you, man. Pine Toast says, to your credit about game day coaches, how much game day insight do you think Beamer will have on the offense? I'm a little worried with what Satterfield will bring on game day. Researching in his most recent OC experience at Temple, his offenses were just average, not good, not bad, just to his credit. They did win 10 games with him. I mean, I think Shane Beamer certainly is going to have a lot of say in the offense. I mean, I think he's going to let Marcus Satterfield do his thing, but Beamer obviously knows offense. He's worked under Lincoln Riley. I mean, he's worked under some of the best in college football. So, yeah, I mean, I think certainly he's going to have his say on the offensive side, and yeah, we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, again, we don't know. Pine Toast, here's the thing. I don't really know. We don't know. Nobody knows. You can act like you do, but you don't. Nobody knows. We don't know what these guys are going to be like on game day. We have no idea. That's a huge question mark going in the season. It's like, what are our coaches good game day coaches? And that's not a knock on them. It's just a genuine question because we don't know. We don't know. We got to get that. We got to figure that out. Answer that question for ourselves. Pine Toast. We can't take a risk to score even 50. We have to hide our playbook for Georgia. See, here's the thing. Pine Toast, I don't look at it that way. Like, people are asking, are you gonna water down the playbook against ECU? No, you better worry about just winning. You need to do whatever you got to do to win. Because I'll tell you this, Pine Toast, I don't care what playbook you take to Athens. I don't think you're beating Georgia. They're more talented than you, top to bottom, 2 deep, 3 deep, all deep, whatever. You ain't beating Georgia. I hate to say it. I'd love to be wrong, but I don't think it matters how much. I mean, of course, I'm not saying don't go in there with the plan to win and with a strategy, but we just need to worry about playing good football and winning games. That's literally it. Maybe in week 1, you don't show the whole playbook, obviously, but week 2, bro, you better just beat East Carolina. I don't give a damn. The last thing I'd want to hear is a tough loss and, well, we're just trying to save some of our playbook for next week. Like, no, to hell with that. You better go beat East Carolina. Bottom line. Rob says, hashtag I believe in Shane Beamer. Love that. Nathan, if the run game is effective with Doty, but he struggles in the passing game, how long is Doty's leash? I think it will be actually fairly long. I do. I think guys, I don't know that the quarterback competition's as close as we want to give it credit for. I think if it was close, it was really close, they wouldn't have named a starter after the spring game. They would have let the thing play out in fall camp. So I think there will actually be a pretty damn long leash. Brandon Gaines, what's our weakness on defense? Secondary. It's not even close. You have, until we see something that proves me wrong, it's got to be secondary. I mean, I like the additions of Prunty and Marcellus Dial and Tyrese Ross and these other guys, but you got to say it's secondary until proven otherwise. You just have to. Let's see. Taking a couple more questions. We'll get out of here. Rob, yeah, I think E.J. Jenkins is certainly a matchup nightmare. Definitely, if nothing else, in the red zone. Incredible. John Gibbs, win the games you're supposed to win, and eventually we will steal a big one. Carolina's biggest problem is losing games we shouldn't. Got to win the easy ones. Yeah, win the ones you should. Don't lose a game you shouldn't. You're going to have a pretty good year, I'd say. Pine Toast, I agree with you. My position is, does your offensive identity, even versus a top team in a loss, make recruits like the idea of playing here? We can do another must-champ Georgia game where the game is over we cannot do, Game can't be over in the first quarter. I agree with you. All right. Hey, wrapping it up, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Podcast dropping tomorrow. Daily Crow Rolls our week. Live from Tin Roof tonight, 5 to 7. If you're in the city, if you're out and about, you want to come out, 5 to 7. Come on out. Tin Roof in the Vista off of Senate Street. Cox by 90 and Perry Orth will be joining me in that first hour. Also, Dynasty Streams playing the 2021 season on Heisman will return tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Friday at 2 o'clock, we'll play Troy and then Tennessee. Other than that, yeah, like I said, guys, please be sure to tune in. If you cannot be at Tin Roof, tune in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Same as right here, guys. Again, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much with love and support, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with the content. We will talk to you soon, guys. Tune in tonight, live from Tin Roof. Can't wait. You guys have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much, guys.